Welcome to the Produce Industry Podcast, your weekly download on current events, trends, market reports, and community discussions. Join us each week from Tampa, Florida, as we cover all aspects of the produce supply chain industry. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your host, my boy, the voice of the produce industry, Patrick Kelly.
Hey, produce people, welcome back to the Produce Industry Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Kelly, also known as Lil Citrus, coming to you live from Boston, Massachusetts. That's right, in a little part called Everett. We are at the Encore, and we are at the NEPC show. NEPC by the sea, everyone. This is my fourth year. Super excited to be back. Just participated in the show, getting to visit all the exhibitors, the attendees, and some of my clients and customers that are here. So again, just super excited to be reporting for the show and representing dynamite people here in the produce and supply chain industry. Now, before we get started, I do have a couple announcements as always. And before we bring on our special co-host of this episode. So again, a couple announcements as we move into September, everyone. We've got the Florida Fruit and Vegetable Association Conference, September 8th through the 10th. That same week, we have SEPC Southern Innovations. That is the 10th through the 13th, right? That's 1 week, 2 shows. Then following that, just 2 weeks later, we have Fruit Attraction in Madrid that Juanita will be traveling to and working with Global Women Fresh. We're sponsored with Global Women Fresh in Madrid this year at Fruit Attraction. We are super excited to be at Fruit Attraction for the first time. And then we got the big show, which is IFPA in October 16th, 17th, 18th. And we have everything in Anaheim, California once again, which we are, again, super, super excited to be there. So, let's get this episode started, and let's bring on our co-host of the episode, a new sponsor of 2025, and I would say a new friend of mine. So Brian Maguire of JOH.
Hey.
Welcome,
Mr. Kelly. It is a pleasure.
Welcome
sir.
back.
And
back.
And I have to tell you, it's a happy anniversary.
Right?
Because we
It's
met
1
1
year.
year ago today. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I tell people that, someone said to me, because they asked, they're like, how long have you known Brian? And I get that because now that they see JOH, I'm like, 1 year. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
They're like, you guys sound like you guys know each other. Like, well, I'm like, listen, when good people get together, good things happen.
Time flies when you're having fun, buddy.
Right?
Time flies when you're having fun. Absolutely. So I'm super excited to be here. New
I'm
England
super-
Produce Council, bud.
25th annual show.
And that's amazing. Laura Sullivan and the board do such an amazing job here. We've got a lot of great clients and customers here. So, ready to rock and roll this week, bud.
It's gonna be great.
Absolutely.
The one thing I can always say is when you come to Boston, you come to Massachusetts, it's a different element, especially coming from Florida, right? Like it was 110 degrees and I was sweat. I always say like I was melting like the Wicked Witch of the West. Like there was no like good. Come here, it's got a little breeze, still warm, but
know what it's called?
It's beautiful.
It's called Titletown, baby.
Oh,
welcome to Titletown.
man.
You know what I
Hey,
mean?
welcome.
I always have to let our New York and Philly and East Coast friends, come on into Titletown.
Come into Titletown.
Where the
We'll show
weather's
you a
beautiful
bit.
and the water's warm, baby. Where the weather's beautiful and water's warm. So.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Absolutely.
One thing we do point out is I said this at the Monday episode, which was G's not here, our normal camera / audio video guy, but we got Jet, who's now behind the scenes. So we got to welcome. I always say we welcome Jet.
Welcome, Jet. Welcome to the show, baby.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
And we got
to
embrace that because now he's in produce.
He is. He's officially a produce guy. We've popped his cherry.
I told him, I said, you cannot just be a video audio engineer anymore.
No.
He's like, what do you mean? I go, no, you're in produce now,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah.
And once you get into produce, you don't get out, Jet. I will tell you that.
Yeah, that's
You don't
true.
get out.
That's true.
You don't
And
get out.
again, I
So
will
excited.
tell you, if you hear that in the background, I think someone's blowing up balloons, which we're totally okay with. Don't even worry about it. This party's going to get started in here.
Exactly.
One thing that, what I liked last year is one, we're in the foyer again, right?
Yep.
So we're by where the lunch and the breakfast and everything happens. What was great last year is your team won I say like that family feud or
the
party.
produce feud. Yes.
And so it was cool as we had a lot of, again, retailers
Yeah.
On the show that were talking about what they loved about NEPC.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's one thing that when you get these niche shows that you're involved in, you guys are a big part of this. it comes to relationships and community. Am I right?
Totally is. I mean, again, anytime we can get our industry, especially a regional produce show like this, it's much more intimate. You look at all the different retailers that support the New England Produce Council. It's pretty amazing.
It is.
It really, really is. Like I said, Laura Sullivan and the board of directors of NEPC, they do such a great job on the show. And it gives us time to grow all our prospective businesses and have some fun doing it at the same time.
I agree.
That's
agree.
what it's all about.
And I think that, as we all grow, I think there's a lot of growing happening right now in our industry.
Heck yeah.
Education, I mean, everything. I mean, Mike Chavez and I were talking earlier just about tariffs, import costs, all these different things that relate to our business. And, Mike at one point was like, well, I don't want to get into the weeds too much. And I said, but hold on, everyone. We're here at trade shows to interact with our customers and clients. We're not here just to have fun and take them out to dinner. We're here to talk about some real issues.
Well,
right?
You got to bring stuff to the forefront. There's
100%.
There's a lot of different industries that face a lot of challenges right now, and ours being one of them. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's whether it's tariffs, cost of doing business, there's a lot of stuff to
marketing,
kind of work.
Merchandising,
Absolutely.
I mean, everything,
Absolutely.
right?
All aspects of our business, but that's why we're here.
That's why we're here. We're here to make it happen. Now, here's something let's talk about. Is this? We've got some pretty cool interviews lined up.
Yes, we do.
One that you helped us out with this time, and then we have some other interviews.
Absolutely.
But I think that speaks value to when we talk about growing together. Talk about NEPC, talk about the shows, talk about the community.
Yep.
That's what it's about, because we could represent JOH all day, everyone. We could be like, drop a JOH, but the lifeblood behind JOH
is our clients and customers. It truly is. So we've got such an amazing group of people that we are able to represent day in and day out, and you're going to meet a couple of them over the next few hours.
And I'm looking forward to it. Everyone, I say let's do that. Let's go ahead and get our some interviews. If you're listening to the show, it's in the show notes who obviously is on the show. If you did not read the show notes, you're gonna have to stay tuned for the upcoming interviews. And then obviously, Brian, we're gonna close the show, so we'll have you back on after the interviews. And I would always say, because you're pre-show before everybody else, what are you looking forward to the most?
Honestly, just seeing everybody in the same room. I always, it's amazing how far we've come as a company, right? So I remember this show where we had, 5 or 6 booths 20 years ago, and now we represent so many more amazing companies. So
that's a round of applause.
Yes,
right?
Come on down to the JOH Alley at NEPC. Yes, thank you.
He knows what he's doing.
Hey, you've officially made it. We've
upgraded him.
Absolutely. But special shout out to you, because you're doing great things for our business and bringing a lot of people together. So keep doing what you're doing, brother.
I appreciate it.
Kicking butt. Let's
get some of those special people, exhibitors, and attendees on.
Heck yeah, buddy. Let's do it.
We'll be right back.
All right.
All right, everyone, welcome back. As Brian and I said, we are getting the interview started, and someone I get to chat with today is a brand that I've seen. I've met them at food service conferences. I see them in the airports. I see them in the stores. And when I see them, I always think to myself, what about my Korean buddy's doing? Because he's got some kimchi-styled products. And that's what's so cool about this. It's an added value product that I think is amazing. And so today we've got the pleasure of talking to Cleveland Kitchen's very own Mac Anderson.
How we doing?
What up?
Thanks
Welcome to the show.
We finally made it.
Hey, I love our crowd. Thank you. We'll be here all
There's
couple
so
of
many
days.
of them.
Listen, it's like a TV host. They have to stare at everybody else just filming them the whole time, thinking that people are listening.
Stressful.
We got Jet down here, which is fine. Mac, I'm glad you came on because, I told you I've seen your brand. It's everywhere. Mm-hmm. My wife knows your brand. She buys the pickles, right?
Let's go.
And it's crazy because you guys have sprung so fast. Like, it was like complete overnight to where I started seeing you guys in all these different locations. And again, it's always sometimes the regions where we live, right? So maybe it was in other regions, but then once I heard of Cleveland Kitchen, and I believe it was the Indie Fruit Showcase 2023, 4 when they had their golf outing.
Think so, yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was like, I'm seeing your brand everywhere. So let's back it up though, because for people that don't know who Cleveland Kitchen is, talk to us.
Let's tell the Lord.
Please. I want to know.
All right. Yeah. My brothers and I started the business at farmers markets in 2014. But we like to say our story started well before that. My mother actually started the network of nonprofit farmers markets in Cleveland, Ohio. So like most family businesses, as you know, child labor laws go out the window. And my brother, my sister, myself were out there. For me, it was pretty much from 5 years old on, schlepping produce, working with farmers. And it was always our summer weekend job all the way through college. Despite having internships, we'd be up at 4 a.m. managing markets on the weekend. And that really it just kind of taught us a healthy respect for small business, for food business, for
100%.
growers. And we started to take notice of some of these makers coming to market, what made a great food product, how it was being packaged.
Oh, yeah.
How they were engaging with consumers. And it really stuck with us when some of those brands would end up on grocery store shelves. And again, that always stuck with us. My brother was banking in the Southeast. He can get good barbecue, great soul food, but that traditional kind of Midwest fare, Rust Belt city, it's like pierogi, kielbasa, sauerkraut. And so he was kind of missing that stuff. He started fermenting sauerkraut in his 20s. Odd hobby, I know. He should have been doing beer or something, but he just loved chopping up fresh vegetables, cutting up, seeing what came out on the other end, and the way it made him feel was great. So he moved back to Cleveland. He met my sister's fiance at the time, Luke, who was an architect by day, but was also fermenting to get in touch with his grandmother's roots. Again, 2 weirdos making sauerkraut.
That's cool.
Started realizing their stuff was crunchier, fresher, more delicious, and naturally probiotic. And so I was visiting my last semester. They taught me how to ferment. My buddies were wondering what the heck was going on in our kitchen. But again, they love the fresh flavor and great crunch. So we knew we had a great product.
I love that.
And I was in finance after college, and we decided to kind of do what we'd seen hundreds of times before and test out that idea. And so we went to farmers markets. We'd leave the office job, get to the commercial kitchen by 7 p.m., work till 2 or 3 in the morning, and then sell on the weekends. And what really kept us going during this time of, heavy hustle and a little bit of sleep was the fact that consumers kept coming back for more of their favorite flavor, for new flavors. And it was truly the usage occasion.
That's cool.
It wasn't just a bratwurst, a sandwich. It was on eggs in the morning, avocado toast, and salads, rice dishes, fish tacos. So it was truly being used as a fresh, crunchy, fermented vegetable.
That's cool.
That gave us the confidence to launch into retail, build out our own first production facility. And we've scaled today. We are the #1 kraut and kimchi brand in the United States, #1 kimchi in the U.S., #1 SKU. And we've just launched in the past few years, as you mentioned, our lightly fermented pickles. So we've got
very cool
traditional pickles as well as pickled red onions, just great things that we see as fresh, crunchy, fermented vegetables that fit in that produce
snacks
department. Exactly.
Added value to sandwiches. That's one
100%.
thing. You know what the biggest problem is with cooking is not knowing what to cook with.
100%.
My buddy, I don't know if you know Shay Myers. He's a Hawaii produce. He's an onion guy, and he goes, "What does chicken taste like?" And I'm like, "Chicken?" And he's like, "Exactly." But you put onions in chicken,
right?
It completely changes the game of what chicken tastes like.
Great point.
So the biggest problem is when you think avocado toast, you think avocado goes on toast.
Right.
That's the worst thing to do is just put avocado on a piece of toast. Yeah. No, you need to, it's not about what's, I would say, on the toast, but it is. If toast is the plate, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's put a fried egg on there. Let's put some kimchi on there. Let's put some pickled onions on there. Let's put some microgreens on there, right? And then that's something I learned as early from a nutritionist. She was like, people just don't know what to cook with. So they think, I just don't want a sunny side up egg in the morning.
Right.
But what if I was to say, well, what if you have a savory breakfast? What if you have an 2 scrambled egg omelet, right?
Yeah.
With grape tomatoes, right? With a little bit of bacon, if you like bacon or chicken sausage or whatever you like, right? And then you put that salsa on top of it. You put some yo quiero guacamole on it.
Right.
You put some queso on it, and then top it with microgreens.
I mean, that's
a savory.
That's
and
the best way to start your day.
But that'll take you ready because of your product, right? All you're doing is ripping a bag and putting stuff on. You're not cooking more stuff. It's all right there.
That's the beauty of it.
Think about avocado toast by Cleveland Kitchen, baby. Like, what are we doing?
We're ready to rock. We're ready to rock. I think it's like 80% of Americans don't know what they're going to have for dinner by the time it's 4 p.m. So if we can make 100%. It easy, fresh, delicious vegetables, add that pop of color, you get your nutrition benefit, you get your gut health going. Gut health is wealth. I mean, it just makes it easy for the American consumer.
Listen, I remember that commercial. It was like easy breezy, beautiful CoverGirl.
Mm-hmm.
It's
the same
Cleveland
deal.
Kitchen. Baby.
We just need that CoverGirl marketing budget.
We need the CoverGirl marketing, but easy breezy Cleveland Kitchen, baby, like all day long. I think that's great, man. And I love that you're here at the show. You're representing. This is the second show that I've seen Cleveland Kitchen at.
Yeah.
So I do love that. What are you looking forward most to this week? And obviously, with listeners out there, they're listening. Here, it's the 25th, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you tell people about the show, or what you were looking forward to most?
I think Maguire put it well earlier, but it's just great to see this community. Produce is such a tight knit community.
Oh my gosh,
everybody's rooting for each other. You get to see not only your vendor friends, your partners like JOH, but you also get to see your partners at retail. Show them what's new, see some innovation from your other favorite brands, see old friends, catch up, connect. But for us, we work with growers all throughout the United States. So finding new grower relationships, we need more red onions. We just launched a hot honey jalapeno SKU. We gotta source some new jalapenos. So
I know an onion guy though.
There we go. We gotta get your onion guy. We need the plug.
I got a citrus guy over here. I think that guy's a
fermented lemons. Who knows?
Hey, fermented
Chick-fil-A,
lemons. Let's go. Yeah, you're right. Hey. But it's all about differentiation too, because and as we start to close this out, I'll say something. We, like our new production assistant Jet, who you see sitting behind the cameras, 22. He's amazing behind the computer. But there's still things that he hasn't tried in our world. Like we're getting older in age, right? So we're trying new things. We're doing new things. But we're so complacent to say, no, I just want a cheeseburger.
Right.
I just want this. And then you see that on the menu that it says special for the day. And you're like, ooh, I do not know if I want the special, because what if it doesn't give me the satisfaction of a bacon cheeseburger?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So we kind of stay away from that sometimes. So I love what you're saying. If we can get innovation and, again, more into it, there's flavors out there that Chick-fil-A might be missing some business because they don't have that,
they
right?
Are.
There's people missing business because of that stuff, right? Because they're staying in there.
Yeah.
This works.
You're in your lane. I think what is nice is American consumers are starting to come out of that. They're looking for flavor innovation. They're looking for international flavors. And it starts in the produce department. Yeah. You get the fresh vegetables that you get either imported or grown domestically. It's a great way to add flavor and function. So I'm loving it. I'm loving all this innovation. It's great to be back here at the NEPC. And we just love the produce circuit.
I love it. Well, everyone, we are going to move to our next interview. So stay tuned. Mac, thank you so much for coming on, man. Appreciate you. And I look forward to just connecting with you more and hopefully being able to network and grow together.
Let's do it. Thanks for having me on.
120 years ago, in Groningen, the Netherlands, a small produce business began, trading fresh local fruits. By the 1930s, the Vandenberg family moved to Rotterdam, Europe's burgeoning fruit hub. But when the 1940s brought turmoil, they fled to America, rebuilding their legacy in fresh produce. In 1958, Jack Vandenberg became a trailblazer, importing fresh Chilean fruit to the US, opening doors to global flavors. Today, that spirit of growth and innovation continues, with sustainable packaging, carbon footprint tracking, and the finest fruit varieties. We're redefining freshness for the future. Family, fresh, innovation, celebrating a legacy 120 years in the making. This is Jack Vandenberg.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Produce Industry Podcast. It's always great to hear from Dynamite sponsors creating dynamite content for the produce and supply chain industry. NEPC by the C, everyone. And I am back. We have David's back in the house for another year. Thank you for joining us. Hey, everyone, Mr. David Dearborn of CNS. Yes, that's right. Hey, glad to have you back.
Thank you very much. It's exciting to be here. Another great show, 2025, like you said.
Yeah.
NEPC by the Sea. So, yeah, very excited to be here.
25th annual show.
That's right.
How many years have you been coming to this show?
I've been coming to the show for about 13 years.
13
yeah.
years.
I started, buying when I was a young guy, and I started coming out here, and I've always enjoyed the show. I started becoming a part of the show, or about the council, I should say, back in 2018.
Okay.
Then I just continued to progress up, and we're here today
That's
having
awesome.
a great time.
That's awesome. You know, and 4 years of the show, I keep telling everybody that because I think it's important, because if you go back 4 years ago, I didn't know you were here and you didn't know I was here.
Correct.
And then even 3 years ago, the same thing. And then we met last year, right? So it takes time at some of these shows. You can't just show up to a show, walk around and expect to meet everybody, right? If you're a badge looker, right?
Yeah, that's right.
What do we got here? Listen, it's okay to do that. Like
Sure,
this. But I'm also saying, like, it's this is our community, right? These are our people, right? So we don't want to be hard sold, just like they don't want to be hard sold. So again, be here, be involved in the community. I love that you said that. You're like, well, I've been coming for 12, 14 years, but I really started getting involved.
Yeah.
And that makes a difference, man.
It does.
And
It does.
communication, right? One of the things we were talking about on the Monday show, which we actually recorded right here where we're sitting.
Yeah.
And I recorded with a grower out of California. And we were talking about tariffs. We were talking about supply chain. We were talking about all these things. And everybody wants to stay away from it on some sides. But then a lot of people want to talk about it and where the margins are being squeezed and whose fault it is. But David, I don't think it's a fault, right? I think that everywhere in the supply chain is getting squeezed. And someone said to me, they're like, "But I don't want to bash the retailer up." I go, you don't have to bash the retailer. You just tell the truth, which is the retail prices are at this price. Let's break down a piece of citrus, right? And boom, 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 boom.
Correct.
Every aspect of the supply chain is being squeezed, but we do see some customers that have said we're not taking price increases.
Yes.
So it does screw with the supply chain a little bit. So these shows are about communication. These
That's right.
shows are about meeting with people, right?
Yeah, it's about communication and really getting in front of the tariffs in general, I suppose, right? Like we all knew there was some things coming our way, and the growers, it's really on the growers selling the product, us as buyers buying the product. We have a responsibility to figure out, what that price increase is and how we're going to split those margin decreases, right? And then, hopefully it doesn't hit the end consumer, the people in the stores.
I mean,
All
technically
of
us, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
last thing people need right now is more increases in cost, right?
Yeah.
It's tough enough out there. So
it's everything. I mean, if you go back to like all of our personal lives, I mean, our taxes are going up. Our
right.
property taxes are going up.
Yeah.
Our insurance is going up. I mean, listen, I live in Florida, and I think their goal is to increase car insurance by like 5 cents a day.
yeah.
Because I swear every renewal, it's like, I'm like, I thought when you got older, your price goes down. I swear every year it keeps going up. Like everything's costing. And we are, as produce people, we look at things differently.
Yeah.
Like, Brian Kleckner was on from FNS, and he was like, "Man, I bought Rainier cherries for $8.99 a pound. I spent $21 on a bag of Rainier cherries." But the normal consumer, David,
Yes,
would put that back.
no doubt about
They
it.
would say, "No way." Why?
$8.99. That's 2 pounds, right? Like think about the math of that, and you still have a full basket to collect and bring home to your family and all those things. So it's actually in a way it's a little sad that you we're at $8.99 on some of these
And
cherry
goldfish
prices.
is $1.99, right? So
Exactly.
I get it, right? And I say to everybody, and I think you'll appreciate this comment. Have you been seeing? And I watch more platforms. I don't watch cable.
Yeah.
One, if you watch cable, all the commercials are about like Ozempic, Viagra. It's all about like pills.
It's insanity.
It's
the amount they throw at you, right?
Oh my gosh,
insanity.
But the other platforms like Hulu, being in Florida, I see Fresh from Florida commercials.
Yeah.
I see Wonderful Pistachio.
That's really cool.
Commercials.
Yeah.
So we are starting to see more of our industry out there. But you know what I am seeing a lot of? Lay's potato chips commercials, and it's all about the grower.
Yeah.
These potato chips were grown by a local grower. And I always laugh because, David, I said, you don't think that's that industry coming after us? They see a weakness in what's happening. They know they're the processed industry. They know what they get.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're capitalizing, which is great, right? They know the marketing and
Sure.
they're capitalizing on it.
Right.
But ready for this, as produce people, we should still be capitalizing no matter where we are in the industry. You're not going to stop doing ads because things happen. You got to still do that, and you got to still make the right offer, the right quality to your customer.
You got to be aggressive in your ads. The competition is more fierce now than ever from a retail standpoint. You have more people in the marketplace, so the market share is thinning for traditional retailers.
Oh yeah.
And it has been. So it's up to all of us to try to figure that out and come up with a solution to it. But
Yeah, I agree.
at the end of the day, it really comes down to it's working together with your grower. Buyer to grower relationship, extremely important.
Yep, 100%.
And making sure that the retail side of it is competitive in those marketplaces.
Yep, I agree. Favorite thing about the NEPC show after 14 years? What is it?
Say one more time.
14 years. What's your favorite thing about the NEPC show?
Just the people, just
I knew
coming
it.
down
I
here
knew
and
it.
seeing, like an example, good friends that I've been doing business with for 30 years.
Yeah.
And, after COVID, we didn't see each other as much. So when we get together now, I think we all appreciate it a little bit more.
That I agree with. That
Yeah.
I do agree with. I gotta say something sad, right? But we have a new production assistant that's sitting behind. His name is Jet. My production manager died of a heart attack on February 24th, and I was just with him a month before at a trade show.
Yeah.
And we had not seen each other. Same thing, like I got goosebumps because we had
Yeah.
not seen each other for 6 months. And he was a contractor, right? So we worked off site. And it's like I saw him at the trade show. We had dinner together. We had everything. Saw the wife, saw the kids, boom, boom. And legitimately a month later, he died. So I really feel what you're saying there because when I do see a lot of these people, they are like an extended version of our family a little bit
Yeah.
because like our wives hear us talking to these people between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. or we're going on trips with these people and they hear right in the background when we're, hey, oh, David, yeah, I'll be right there, right? So it's a community of people and I think we respect each other, right?
Yes.
And I think that's what kind of hit the heart to me just now is that, Neil, I didn't think that a trade show was going to be the last time I saw him.
Yeah. man.
Right?
That's first of all, I'm sorry to hear that.
I
That's
appreciate
horrible.
it. But congratulations, Jet. We love you. Like, right? We got you.
That's it. And yeah, I think that's it, right? Like you just said, it's all
the
about
people, man.
relationships. That's what this business is about. That's what I enjoy the most about coming down.
Yes.
Here. I had dinner last night with a very good friend of mine, a company I've done business with for a long, long time. And I treasure it, man. I really do. And I think that the more you can align with the growers, the more you can align your relationships, your networking, the more success you'll have in this industry.
I 100% agree.
If it's a one-way street, you're not going to last long in the industry because, people will
They'll know.
find that out.
Brian and I were talking, Maguire, about just you get the great people. I always say it's like great produce, good people, right? Because there's sometimes there's bad people.
That's right.
There are phony people, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
But you could read through that and
Yeah.
you find the great produce and
Yes.
you will find a lot of great people in
doubt.
our industry. So David, thank you so much. As
Thank you.
always, my friend,
Great
let's
time.
get you back out there. And
Got
again, if you got any questions for David, again, he's open as you can tell, and he'd love to learn more about you. So we will be right back with our next guest.
Thank you very much.
And everybody, welcome back to NEPC, the New England Produce Council, NEPC by the Sea 2025 in Everett, Massachusetts. That was great to hear from Mac Anderson. Always great to hear from Brian Maguire as well. The show has started. The floor is packed. And we grabbed Brian Kleckner of F&S right off the floor, right off the booth, man.
Thanks for having me.
Hey. Thank you. He'll be here for 4 more hours.
Rowdy
everyone.
crowd.
Right, right? Listen, that's what it's about. Like, it's funny because you go to sporting events.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
And isn't it funny that you will see these booths at sporting events? They're never packed either. But listen, you are watching that commentating after the show or after the game. And you're also, if you're not at the game, you're watching the commentating. So right now, Brian, we're commentating produce right now, baby.
Yeah, I love it.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for sure in there. There's a lot of people here. It's definitely since we moved to the Encore, I feel like it has elevated the event to another level there. People want to be here. It's a fantastic facility. The Encore hosts great events, and it's big change.
I like
It's been
that
awesome.
that they put the private area now.
Yes.
The last few years, it
out on the VIP reception area.
Yeah,
last night was a great event.
and it's nice that they're blocking it off because it was like 2 years ago we had a bunch of people that were walking into our event.
Yep.
And normally you don't see everything say private, but it's nice to now that we know whoever's in here is in here. You know what I mean?
You hire a security guard from the casino. They'll make sure no one gets in there that's not supposed to.
Yeah, that's what it's about. So it's about our community, It's about us having time to connect with each other, right? But I love the Encore. This is an amazing spot. Better than my first spot the first night with the
La Quinta.
Hey, listen,
it was suspect picking you up for golf, but yeah,
I was
I was nervous for you.
I budget shop, like
okay.
but I had there's every family in I said that was visiting Boston was there.
Yeah.
Okay, so all the pancakes were gone in the morning. So, but no, we played golf over the weekend. It was great. Listen, I told you when we were golfing, I said, I know F&S. I said, I used to sell pineapples. I used to sell grapes, but that was a decade ago, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've been with FNS now. Actually, my 1 year anniversary is going to be this Friday.
Okay.
But that correlates with even our 1 year anniversary when we bought Renaissance Food Group, which is who I believe you were selling to 10 years ago. So,
the old days.
Yeah. So I was approached by leadership there to come on and help, facilitate that and then grow our East Coast business. And it's been a wild ride over the last year. And so much has gone from a fantastic keeping our values of being family owned and really caring about our employees. We're very proud of, being the best place to work in Vineland and best place to work in New Jersey. And then we now have to bring that culture to these other plants that we bought with RFG. And it's been challenging, but it's been an exciting one. And we believe in our process and we know we're going to be able to deliver the great products that we have here on the East Coast, and we're going to be able to expand that to,
That's cool.
to everywhere.
So it's obviously grown since I was just selling pineapples and grapes as a processor, right? I remember when you guys were just not starting, but you were one of the guys on the East Coast that were, freezing carrots and doing a lot of innovative things though, right? So it was always, for me, it was this is a good customer because they're growing.
Yep.
Right. You want a customer that's growing, right? You don't want a customer that's staying stagnant. You want people that are growing. You want people that are innovating because that's going to grow the business model. It's going to grow the supply chain, right?
Yep.
So that's what F&S is doing. So again, if you don't know F&S, everyone, which you probably do, if you know the food service and the cut fruit industry, right?
Yep.
But give us that 30,000 overview, of the family. You said family business.
Yes.
So who is it?
The Pipitones have owned the business. Sam, owner, started it about 20 years ago, actually just starting farming, got into the ingredient supply business, and then took it off from there. 6,100 square foot facility in Vineland right now. I mean,
I know where it is.
Yeah, it's a big building.
It's a drive from the airport.
So yeah, and that's we've got 2 plants there because we also do we do anything from all the processing of fruit and cut veg that you see, cut fruit and cut veg. We also own the Green Giant packing line. We own the Mott's Apple line that we do as well. We have Sam's Salsa, which is something we're really putting a big push into this year and taking that to a national brand as well. So we can do anything. The way I like to describe it, or when I talk to people about it, or new buyers or new people who don't know us, is I really look at us like we're almost like the software company of produce because we can do just about anything. So an Oracle comes to you and says, this is what you need for ERP. We can do the same thing. We're solutions based for you. We want to listen, hear what the problems are, and then try to find the best way forward to solve that problem for you. And listen, the 2 categories that we operate the biggest in cut fruit and cut veg, those are things that you have to innovate. It's not the cheapest. It's
I like that.
High shrink. So it's
you got to have solutions for.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like that. It's just like some of the companies that today are getting more into technology, right? You can be a grower, you can be a packer, you can be a shipper, but you can also be a technology company too, right? Because who was making all the innovations? I always go back to history, like 1800s, 1700s. Who were the people that were making these things? Who were the people that made the plows? Who were the people that made? It was probably because they were like, "This isn't working."
Yeah,
and
got to do this better.
Even I go back to where I grew up, near Fresno area. They've got the Fresno plow. Obviously, it was named for certain reasons. You take it all the way back to its roots, but it's funny because it was farmers, right?
Yep.
And they learned over time, hey, we need to do processes better, like you just said. And what does that do? It helped them get the food to their plate. In today's world, we just fast forward that, and that's helping get the food to the retailer, the food service distributor, right? Or actually to the consumer, which is us.
I mean, and that's kind of that idea of what's the next step forward? What's the next best thing? And that's where we're at right now. We've spent a lot of time in the last 3-4 years, really growing our base business here, and now incorporating RFG into that. The next step is how are we going to be the next cutting edge? What is the next big thing in fruit? What are people looking for? Is it a unique tropical mix, or is it dragon fruit? Is it something simple? So we're always looking. We have a great sourcing team that's out there that is really well embedded in all the grower community to figure out what's the next best thing. There could just even the varietals that are happening now are crazy. It's
there's a new pineapple variety coming out at IFPA this year.
Yeah.
Yep. I found out.
What is it? Purple now? After
No,
we did pink?
it's still like white or whatever. But
we were talking
it's
about
called. I can't even say. I'm like, I got this top secret packaging. I'm already gonna. I'm gonna blurt it out.
It's probably like $35 a pineapple.
It's $99.99 a Tiffany's special.
Yeah, we were talking about the Rainier chairs golfing about how I spent $15
on the Rainiers.
$20 for those things. I didn't care. Those were unbelievable.
We talked about that. Chavez is behind the scene right now, and we were talking about that last night at dinner because we were like, consumers don't understand of how prices are being increased, and they think it's being like pocketed by the grower or this. And it's funny because it's like, but us, right? We're going into stores. We're like $8.99 for cherries. Yeah. We pick it up anyways. Like,
yeah, I know they're
right.
It's definitely something. Early in my career, I had the opportunity to go to a celery field and see that was still picked by hand. And the fact that at the time we were buying it for 89 cents was mind-boggling. I just the respect for the grower community and the respect for even the people that harvested it. I think there's some of that lost about 90%
of the thing fruit is still picked by hand. Hand packed.
I mean, people it's unbelievable.
If you can say hand picked, hand packed, hand delivered, still that means something too, right? I know it's tough, but
everything in our facilities is hand cut.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I've been there.
It has to be.
I got to come back.
You should.
We need to get marketing together. We need to come back, do some videos over there, have some fun over there.
Shout out to Jessica Harris, the VP of Marketing. Started it 3 months ago.
Jessica, you know Juanita. She's already connected with you. Like the plugs have begun. NEPC though, man, you've been coming for a bit. Good to meet you. Glad to have you on the show. Again, what's the best thing about NEPC? What do you love about the show?
My favorite thing in Market Basket bringing all their produce managers.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the coolest. You can always tell who they are. They are all dressed up. It's a big event for them.
Yeah, Market Basket is always dressed up.
I love that. And then there's a lot of independent retailers. This area or this region of the country still has a lot of independent retailers. Dave's, Carnes, Mark's, all those guys, Heinen's. These guys get to come to the show too. And sometimes you don't get to always see them, or it's because of where they're located.
100%.
And coming here and getting to see all those groups as well is fantastic.
We need to get some produce managers on the show, man.
Yeah, I would love it.
That's what I'm saying. I would love it too, because it's not that we're trying to ask them hard questions. We just want to know what's happening in their world sometimes. That's all. That's it.
Very knowledgeable guys there.
Right?
They'd be perfect for that.
I'm just saying, Market Basket, if you're here, come on, please. We need you, everybody. So awesome. Brian, thanks for coming on the show. I'm looking forward to maybe doing a longer podcast on F&S and the products and having some fun, and hopefully maybe getting out to the facility.
Love to have you out there.
All right, brother. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, everyone, and we are back. We have Eric Nadell. How was the massage, my friend?
Excellent.
It gives you a little break.
Definitely does.
Yeah, right. You got to use the restroom.
You're on your feet all day.
Hey,
definitely helps out.
Well, what we love about this is tell us who you are, where you're from.
My name is Eric Nadell. I am one of the owners of Patterson Pickle Company out in Patterson, New Jersey.
All right.
And we are direct receivers of pickling cucumbers, and we process, make pickles, and we repackage to the fresh market as well.
I love it. Are you joining the show?
Yes.
First time? How many years?
We've been here many years.
Many years.
Yeah. With the New England Produce Council, and the show is great. It gives us a good opportunity to see all the buyers that we deal with during the day in one spot, and to hit them all. And good to talk to see the people you talk to
every day on the phone, right?
Yeah, every day that you don't get a chance to see them all because they're such a far distance away.
I know.
So this is a good opportunity for that.
Well, listen, we wanted to provide a little value. I hope we did that for you.
You did.
Little wellness break, little bathroom break.
You guys were
little
great.
Shout out. Let's get you back on the floor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, everyone, welcome back. We've had some great interviews. I've got my man Edwin Step back in the house.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back.
Patrick. So great to be back with you.
We have done NEPC was our first time we did a podcast together.
Yeah.
Because you've been part of this group for a long time.
Yeah.
You know Laura, and Laura was like, we want Edwin here, we want you here. Why don't? And I was like, let's do it together.
Exactly.
That was 4 years ago.
Was it 4?
Isn't that crazy?
Okay.
Or it was 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I think we were out. We were out on the side.
Yeah, it was a different hotel too. I think.
And yeah. So it's great to have you back, man. We've done SCPC together, same booth.
Yeah.
We always share each other's, I would say, passion for this industry.
Yeah.
And whenever the podcast booth's around, we're like, hey, you want to set up next to us?
Yeah.
I'm always like, come on in, man.
You're so generous. You love the industry. You want to promote the industry. That's what I love about you. You know, I have a podcast too.
We know that.
We're not really totally competitors.
No.
We focus more to consumers. I know you reach them too.
100%.
But you're the Produce Industry Podcast.
Correct.
And most of our listeners are consumers. They want to know about their food and where it comes from. But thank you for having me on. It's great. We've had you on my podcast
100%.
too.
Yep.
That was a great episode. Got a lot of listens. So.
I love it. I love it. Well, we're back today at NEPC for the 25th annual show. Okay.
Right.
And you had some fun stuff happen today.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. So my sister, Teresa Nolan, who's also a host on the podcast.
Correct.
She was a board member for many years at NEPC. And I don't remember how many years ago, she formed a foundation in honor of her deceased husband, Jim Nolan. Her name is Teresa Nolan, if I didn't say that. Anyway, she formed a foundation, and one of the primary goals of that foundation was to support people in the industry, especially who have children in college.
I like it.
So she started a scholarship, a yearly scholarship that's given through NEPC. So NEPC members can have their children apply, and they write an essay on
all right. I like it.
An ethical situation they've faced in their life. And the goal of this and the mission of this is to promote ethics in business. So many of these kids are in college are studying business. And so she really wanted to promote that.
I like that. That's cool.
They write an essay, 1,000 words, 500 to 1,000 words.
Which is not hard. We got this.
And the board members of her foundation, which I'm a member of, we get them, but we don't know who they are.
I like it.
It's blind.
Blind. I like that even more.
Yeah, we can't show favoritism to anybody. We just read the essays.
That's really cool.
We pick the best essay, and whoever the best essay with $5,000 scholarship.
I love that
every year.
I love that. You know, I love that. Not just because we see associations do that all the time. I love that you guys are doing that as well. And again, NEPC is type of an association, but Teresa was like, let's come up with something, right? And I love that, man, because there are so many things out there. I told you this last year, and I just told David Dearborn of CNS, my podcast editor, Neil Galarte, died of a heart attack February 24th. And sudden heart attack. And so we have a new production manager, as I keep telling everybody. And it's crazy, you know, his daughter, I think about, you know, and Neil was video audio engineer. And I've always thought about that. I keep telling, you know, Chavez, I was like, man, I want to do some type of like Neil Galarte Foundation. And, you know, because like, I think that the marketing world in our industry is so low. We don't know how to market that well. And no offense, I didn't know either. Okay. We're like, no offense. But like, think about it. Like, the essay for me would turn into maybe these kids doing videos and sending videos in of produce and all this different stuff, because I would like to give a foundation or a scholarship away for someone like a Jet, right, to go to marketing, but for us.
Exactly.
Right? They all focus on this stuff like Pepsi, Coke, Starbucks, MGM when you're in college.
Yeah.
They never bring these.
Right.
Or Dole, right? They bring the huge companies, but you never see, like, could you imagine like sending this and this kid gets a $5,000 sponsorship and then they just promoted Little Leaf Farms, Nature Sweet, the little potato company.
It goes viral.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I've always
That's
said.
a brilliant idea.
I just don't know how to do it, right? Maybe you could help me with that, because I think that Neil's daughter, she's not of age. She's 13.
Yeah.
So she's going to need money to go to college. And where's her father? Her father is dead.
Yeah.
So the community, I feel like we should help that. Man, if you're ever down to want to do something like that,
absolutely.
I'd love to explore some opportunities.
I've been involved. I'm a little older than you.
A little bit.
He's
still got his ponytail, though, everyone.
I've been involved in
slick.
setting up and foundations. I've been on the board of foundations. I've set up nonprofits.
I would love to talk more about that.
That's brilliant, because we have them right. Jim Nolan, Teresa's ex-husband, was a writer. He was a journalist.
See?
He
So
worked for
I
years
love
as
that.
Packer. But video is where you should be.
Exactly.
And that's the future of
It
marketing
is.
anyway.
Right? But you created more like Teresa did around Jim, which is writer.
Right.
Same thing, like doing it around that. And again, I want to give back to her, right?
Yeah.
But then think about the future generations. We want to bring more talent into our community, right?
Right.
Well, let's get them some scholarships, not in agribusiness. I love it, right? I love it, right?
Yeah.
But let's get them scholarships at some of these colleges that have digital marketing and all these degrees that are making content. Hey, create your own content.
Yeah.
Man, when I went to college, you know what every one of my projects was? Pineapples, grapes, citrus. And the professors would always be like, what do you do for a living? And I'd be like, oh, I'm in fresh produce. You know what I mean? And like, I would
You're a fruity kind of guy.
I'm all best. I've been
Did
fruity
you ever
since
do
the
nuts?
day
I bet you did a few nuts.
Fruits and nuts, my friend. Lots of fruit and nuts, okay? My buddy Glenn, he runs a podcast called Horse Radio Network.
Oh,
and
cool.
in his phone, he goes, it's the fruit and nut guy. That's what he I think he really just meant to say he's a fruit and he's a nut.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I'll take both of them. I don't care at this point, right? So I love that, man. I love that our community does get together. I love that we're podcast hosts of different shows, but we promote each other. I promote all the shows. You know I do.
Yeah, you put me on your network.
We love it. Yeah, you are. So if you,
Yeah.
the Produce Industry Podcast mobile app,
Yeah.
Edwin is on the app under industry affiliated podcasts.
Yeah.
And we know you told us your numbers jumped a little bit when we put you on there too. So hopefully it's still working out.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, well, we've been, our audience has been growing. We just went over 14,000, which I know isn't
Subscribers.
produce industry
Subscribers
podcast levels.
No,
Yeah.
I'm at 24, but it took me almost
Yeah,
5
well,
years to get there.
It's taken us 2.5.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It took
so
me
we're-
3 years to
We're
hit a million.
chasing you, buddy. We're chasing you.
Listen, I don't need you to chase me. I need us to work together.
Exactly, and that's what I love about you,
Right?
And what you do for this industry. You're a gem, and you're a great person to be here. At the
I appreciate that, man. Well, how about this? Why don't we go get some lunch?
I'm hungry.
Hey, we'll be right back.
Zeg Technical Services, we do many things. Managed services for IT needs, including consulting. Another area of expertise for us is cybersecurity, making sure that there's awareness and risk prevention. And then the final piece is the data and software services, where whether it's software automation, data management, even AI, we have things that we can do to help your business. Those are core components that your company relies on. So we have a rich history of being able to manage these IT services so that you don't have to worry about them. You trust us so that we keep your operations going and your business going ultimately. When we talk about what AI can do for you and the time savings, even though you don't think you have something that you can just put AI in, you probably do if you have a business case that could be benefited from automation or efficiencies that are brought in. We can trust AI to do those things, and the beauty of that is you can free up time for your employees to do more meaningful work. So even if you think you may not benefit, I think it's worth a conversation because you will be surprised. We'll walk you through every step of the way, and we're here to help.
All right, everyone, I'm standing at the Schumann Farms booth with Brandon Parker. Great to have you, man.
Thank you. Glad to be here. This is an exciting show, and we're happy to be here for the 25th anniversary show. We've been coming now for 17 plus years, and Laura and her team do a fantastic job.
100%, and it's here to represent the community, produce, obviously, right? We're here to increase produce consumption, I say around the world, but right here in New England also, and the 25th annual show, pretty spectacular that this show's been going on for 25 years.
Yes, it is, and I tell you, it's just a testament to Laura and her team and what they've done with the venue, the time of year, the retail support that she's able to get is fantastic, and it's just great to come together and see old friends make new friends and really talk about how we can drive that consumption of fresh fruits and vegetables.
Making produce as awesome as it always shall be. So thanks, Brandon.
Yes, thank you.
Here at the Cleveland Kitchen booth, and I'm with Tyler Schneider and 25th annual NEPC show.
This is my 5th NEPC.
Not 25th?
Not 25th.
He's only 25, so
young man game, yeah. But this is it's an awesome trade show. It's one of my favorite, especially being a Northeast guy. There's a ton of great brands, especially brands like Cleveland Kitchen here, super innovative. We're doing fermented foods, which is a great produce item. Continue to delivering fresh, crunchy, healthy items to everyone, so we love it. There's a ton of other great brands and great broker partners and great people like you.
Hey, listen, delivering the crunchiness to you. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Hey, 25th annual show. What do you love the most about NEPC?
I love the people. That's why produce is the best. The people are the best, and it's what keeps you coming back. So, love it.
It's like my buddy said, produce is people.
It is the people for the people.
All right, everyone, we are here at the Little Potato Company booth with Duncan McSweeney.
Hey, Patrick, how are you?
Great to be here. Thanks for having me in the booth.
Absolutely, you're welcome. What can I tell you?
25th annual anniversary, the show. Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I've been coming to this show now for 20 years, so just short of the anniversary itself, but it's been everywhere. It's fantastic. It's great for New England, especially such a community that we have to come together and really talk about the produce that we grow and kind of the business we have, and this is all about relationships. And 25 years, it's always been about relationships here. So very privileged myself being a New Englander to be here as long as I have. But and wanted to welcome you to the Little Potato Company. We are the grower, our largest grower of creamer potatoes, basically in North America here. Really exploded up here in the Northeast, and so we have anywhere from our 1.5 and 3 pound gussets to our microwavable trays, ovens, minis. We got pretty much everything from the creamer category.
And we see them everywhere, right? Again, mine are obviously the smaller potatoes because they cook so fast in the air fryer. Am I right?
The air fryer.
So everyone, Little Potato Company, 25th annual show here at NEPC, 20 years right here. Everyone, if you don't know the Little Potato Company, get over here, learn more. Duncan, thank you so much.
You got it. Thanks, Patrick.
We are at the Natural Delights booth with Liam. How we doing, man?
Excellent to be here. Feeling good?
You like I was going to say, you like the show so far? I mean, the vibe of the connectivity and the, I would say, personal touch is amazing.
Oh, this is always the best. It goes to see all the customers in New England. It's fantastic. They do a great job.
I agree. And this is the 25th annual show for NEPC. How many years have you been coming?
At least 5. It's one of my favorite to come every year. See the customers, have great engagement, great conversations. It's a great time.
I agree with that. Now, it's a product we see. I see it in the stores. I did some videos this year on some Medjool dates because I was like, I don't think they get enough recognition that they should.
Couldn't agree more. I would love for you to talk more about Natural Delights and the growing date category, especially Medjool. So, thank you.
100%. What do you love about the NEPC show besides the people?
Ooh, it's a great location, and they always do it right. They know how to throw a party, they know how to engage, and they know how to really make sure everyone's feeling included and make it an intimate environment. That's really the fun part.
Agreed. Natural Delights, NEPC 25th annual show. We'll see you on the floor.
Thank you.
Everyone, NEPC's 25th annual conference, and I'm with a new exhibitor, not new to me, but new to NEPC, Jose Rogerio of Freshway USA, baby. How are you?
I am doing great. How about yourself, Pat?
Doing amazing. Listen, NEPC's 25th annual show, you're a new exhibitor. What do you think? What do you like? Let's give everybody the news.
Well, first of all, so happy to be back in Boston. This is our first year at this event. I think that we bring an excellent proposition to this market, and more than anything, being part of this association is just humbling, amazing.
It's about community. It's about relationships. If you're a first-time attendee here, you got to get in bed with the community, understand who the people are, the buyers, right? The logistics companies, all of it. I bet there's booths here that you've never even seen and people you've never even knew were in this industry.
Absolutely. So many new faces to us. Like, we're having a great time in here.
I love it. Let's grow together. NEPC 25th year. Here at the LGS booth with James Rasmussen for the 25th annual show, man.
Hey, Patrick, thanks for being here, and I love the NEPC. It's amazing how many people are here, how much is going on. The retailers are here. It's fun to see old friends. It's just a great get-together, and the atmosphere in this place at the Encore is just amazing.
It is. I like it, too. James, we've known each other for a few years, and I think that's what's great. The first NEPC I came to was 4 years ago, and I ran into you, and you were like, dude, what are you doing here? And I was like, I'm here. First-timer.
You know, Pat, you've done so much for this industry, and bringing new stuff in and seeing you show up at these shows is fantastic. And NEPC just brings back old and new, so it's great.
I love that too. When we can combine the old with the new flavor, it only makes our industry better. Am I right?
Absolutely. You know, and it really helps, you know, your format of being, you know, coming out on these podcasts really brings that younger group and meshes in with the what I would call older people in the industry, and it really helps everybody just learn and become better.
It's about growing together, everyone. NEPC's 25th annual show. We're representing the industry. We're representing LGS here with James Rasmussen. So, James, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Patrick. Thanks, NEPC.
All right, we're at the Silva Fruit booth. We're walking, we're having a great time, great conversations, and what do we walk up to? A treasure chest claw machine. So I don't know what Patrick is going to go for. He's got a background in pineapples. They've got some pineapple squishy stress relievers. They've got some orange ones, and they've also got some of the clear prize balls with some cash, some chips, some lotto tickets. I don't know. Let's see. Patrick, what are you going for?
I think I'm going to go for the poker chip first.
Oh, poker chip. There we go. Whoa.
Look at that guy.
Malfunction.
All right, we got a line here, so I got to get this done quick.
Player B, you got 4 plays. You got 1 second, 4 seconds to pick. So let's see what he's going for. This is a first on the trade room. He got close to the chip, but no luck.
I'll try one. I'm going to try one more time, Mike. One more time.
You got one more.
Yes, you are. Confident.
I see. He's going for the chip. He's got almost got it.
Nothing.
Swing and a miss. NEPC 2025.
Here at the Silva booth.
The Silva.
The claw. Everyone, we are back here in Everett, Massachusetts. We actually haven't left the Encore, sitting in the same spot, walking around the show, and I ran into Corinne Berry. So great to have you on the show. Hey, thank you. She's here.
Thank you for the applause.
She's here till 4:30. She cannot break through on her booth until 5, so she is 100% here.
No, Patrick, it's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
No, we're looking forward to it. So I learned about Little Leaf Farms this, I would say in the last year, maybe. A lot of, I would say, brands in the category of CEA that you see, and they're all very regional. I live in Florida, so there's things that I see versus what I come up here. I finally get to see Little Leaf Farms. Brian Maguire was telling me a little bit about the company. We were actually going to interview Paul for a full interview. And so we were like, let's give our listeners a little bit of a tease, though, before we get Paul on. But I think you're going to be the star.
Awesome. I definitely won't live up to Paul. But hopefully I'll settle for the tease.
I've done a few, I would say, CEA tours. It's coming up in the industry. Talk a little bit about Little Leaf Farms, if the listeners don't know who Little Leaf Farms is.
Sure, absolutely. So Little Leaf Farms is a hydroponic greenhouse grower of baby leaf lettuce. The company was founded in 2015 with the vision ultimately to transform the way that food was grown and provide a solution for East Coast grown vegetables. Because traditionally, up until that point, the majority of the packaged salad world, lettuce world comes from, California,
the
Arizona,
Salinas, like Valley, all
traveling
that.
cross country.
100%.
Absolutely.
Very delicate too.
Mhm.
Like that's a delicate product to move across country.
Yeah. You're talking 5 days transit.
With and you got to, in that cold chain cannot be broken.
No. We've all learned that the hard way. Yeah.
Oh no, you're right though.
Yeah.
And that's a great just segue into like why local is growing so much more too. There's certain items that I say like you don't need hyper local, right? Because like citrus from California, right? We know that citrus only grows in
certain
climates,
right?
But the hyper local when it comes to the leafy greens and different, even strawberries, like blueberry, different items, I think you can really make hyper local, and I think that's a great idea for the retailers.
Absolutely. And what's so unique about a greenhouse is we can ultimately replicate the Salinas Valley climate, which is, lettuce is a very temperamental crop.
Okay.
And basically we can replicate that temperature is what the Salinas Valley provides.
Exactly.
Right. And we can replicate that in a greenhouse.
Let me ask you a question, and it's going to be one of those questions you're like, why'd you ask me that question? I see more a CEA getting into, in hydroponics, get into the blueberry world. They're trying to get into other worlds, and I guess it's not producing as much yield, right?
Mm-hmm.
But do you see that, though, in the future for more CEA to happen for other crops, larger crops? I mean, heck, in Florida, they're greenhousing grapefruit right now. They're doing it for the bug, right, the ACP, but they're also doing it for more controlled, right? So the humidity level they're able to really control. They're able to control how much rain comes in, and that helps the grapefruit.
Right, absolutely. One of the biggest challenges, and I know that you know this, within the produce industry is climate. It's one of the biggest challenges that 100%. We're faced with. So being able to grow vegetables and fruits in a controlled environment is an extremely beneficial thing.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that I love Boston. Fenway Park has a garden in their park. They have they actually have that, right, which is really cool. I did an interview there like 4 years ago. I got to do the walkthrough. Again, I feel like I love that's sustainable, right? You've got this huge city, right? And where's the farm at, right? But you can have guys, like Little Leaf that are just outside the cities that are ready to be on, I would say, just in time for delivery, right? Mm-hmm. You grow from seed to leaf, like
seed to harvest, yeah.
28, how many days?
It depends on the time of the year. It's typically between 21 to 25
I was close,
days.
okay, yeah. But that's seed to table, or right?
Yeah,
or to
so
retail.
then we harvest at between the 21 to 25 days. We package that day, and it's typically shipped out between
24 to 48 hours?
24 to 48 hours, and it's in the warehouse of the retailer.
Warehouse of the retailer. So you're seeing that you could have fresh lettuce, again, within 30 to 32 days of it being grown, not harvested. So, and what was that comparison though? So if you look at like Salinas, right, because there's 5 days transit right there, plus the growing time.
Yeah. So
what would that
a
be?
lot of, I would say the difference there is, so you're talking 5 days transit, it's getting processed out on the East Coast, which is typically another 2 days put into, you know what I mean?
I'm learning something here, see?
So it definitely cuts out, a few of those days in between, and which ultimately helps with shelf life, which is another issue that we're faced with, right? We're working with perishable products. So
listen, I love all of our people in the produce industry, and I always get like heat from like Taylor Farms or one of the other guys, because it's one of those things where when you buy bulk and things like that, like you end up going and grabbing other items. And one of the things I always tell my wife, I was like, you just got to be careful. And it's not like saying I'm pointing out Taylor Farms, but I'm saying like there are certain brands, there are certain items out there that you're getting brown leaves in your lettuce. Mm-hmm. You know this. You're a consumer. Like like you've been to the store and you're like, not grabbing that one. But it's what you said too. It's like we need to get this to the point where it's fresh, because how many times, and you've done this, I've done this, the world has done it, that you put that lettuce in your freezer container, forget about it for 5-6 days, sometimes like we do, right? You do, especially with kids. I forget about stuff all the time. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, there goes the lettuce. We're done. We got to throw it away, right? So the fresher it can be to the store, the fresher the supply chain can be, the fresher we consume better, I would say, fruits and vegetables, right?
Absolutely. And I would say the consumer is really looking for quality, consistency, and freshness.
100%.
Which will just keep them coming back for more.
100%. And with everything, if they have a bad experience, they're never coming back.
Uh-oh.
And you have to sell them to come back. Like I had one bad mango one year. I quit mangoes for like 2 years. I was like, I refuse. There was a brown spot inside, and they were like, oh, you got a rotten mango. I was like, I know. I boycotted mangoes, and then people were like, you got to start eating mangoes again. Like, have the whole hat.
Yeah, that one mango shouldn't have ruined all mangoes.
But it does sometimes,
Yeah.
right? Because you get an experience, and then you think to yourself, well, if I buy something again or I do it and it does the same thing, I don't want to be disappointed again. So, no, it's great to learn from you on the Little Leaf Farms. Cutting it back to NEPC, we're gonna get you back on the showroom floor. For everybody listening right now, it's Monday after the show. So what do you love about the show? What do you love about NEPC? And you're on the board, so I know that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hey,
so I might
we're on
have
the
a slight
board.
bias.
Let's drop
but-
a little name dropping here from Corinne. All right.
No, NEPC just does a wonderful job in bringing everybody together. In New England specifically, I mean, it's such a dense marketplace with so many retailers. And everybody, you'll notice, and this doesn't happen everywhere in every industry, but within the produce industry, all of these retailers can coexist and be friends.
This just should be.
It's really something special. And just to bring everybody together. And it's been now at the Encore Casino for a couple of years now. And they just do a wonderful job here. Yeah. Everything is here.
The first year I went 4 years ago was at a different hotel, I believe. And then we moved here, and it seems like there's more community. Not everybody's staying here.
Everyone is staying.
Right.
The feedback was extremely positive.
Yes.
I mean, the rooms are great. The hotel is wonderful.
I agree.
And you don't have to travel far.
I like we have the private area now, because remember a couple of years ago we had a lot of people walking through. So like Mike over here was like, you need to bring my badge. They won't let me in. I keep telling him. I'm like, nope. We did that on purpose. We don't
let him through.
We don't let this guy in. This guy, get him out of here where he's out. So, Corinne, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate it. Want to get you back out on the floor, seeing customers, seeing your vendors, and having a good time with our community. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. All right, everyone, that is it. We are closing out NEPC, the 25th annual show, the New England Produce Council, right here in Everett, Massachusetts. This was a milestone year for sure. 25 years of gathering retailers, wholesalers, grower shippers, service providers, and friends of the produce industry. And let me tell you, it was a celebration of not just produce, but of community, innovation, and the relationships that keep the industry thriving, everyone. I can tell you that the show atmosphere, from the moment you walked into Produce Feud and then into the expo hall, you could feel the energy, okay? The flowers, the banners, and of course, fresh produce. It made the room pop with color. And again, one of the most amazing things is the attendees, okay? All right, they were buzzing about the anniversary and what they loved about the show. And the vibe was equal parts business and reunion, as you heard from a lot of the interviews. Catching up with old friends is always a must. Meeting new partners and sharing a common passion for fresh fruits and vegetables. The exhibitors and sponsors. I had a chance to walk the floor, interview some of those exhibitors and sponsors who make this show possible. Exhibitors shared the excitement about new product launches, innovative packaging, creative merchandising ideas, and even just celebrating the 25th anniversary. Again, we've seen a lot of great things here. We've seen a lot of decision makers on the floor, walking the floor, and sponsors even reflected on the 25-year journey of NEPC, how it started as a very small get-together, and now as large as it is, it's still very intimate, high quality, and very productive. So just shout out to NEPC, Laura Sullivan, and the board. And, what were some of those highlights of the 25th celebration that I saw? I would say we arrived on Saturday, and we spent time with clients and went to see some retail stores. And you could see, just people stopping talking about how long they've been coming to the show, what the 25th anniversary meant, seeing the signage. Some people were reminiscent about, being at this show over 20 years ago. That's amazing. Were you one of the first NEPC show attendees? I'd like to talk to you. Let us know. Maybe we already have talked to you. A few longtime members there. I even spoke to some people that were retired and still coming and walking the show just to see their old friends or their counterparts or people that they have done business with over the years. So, I could say they probably never imagined that this council or this show would grow into such a powerful networking hub. And there were also, I would say, fantastic, I would say sessions to network, right? From the opening reception, they also had a VIP for, party for the newcomers, the exhibitors, the sponsors, things like that. I heard talk of sustainability, technology, and supply chain. Consumer engagement were also very hot topics. But as always, the show floor was where the magic happened. Fresh product samples, handshakes, laughs, and stories that keep produce very personal. Okay. And obviously had an amazing time. It was fun to have the sponsors of the podcast booth, JOH, NEPC, Golden Star Citrus from California. Overall, big shout out to my buddy Jeff Watkin, NPC 360, who has just elevated my backdrop within 48 hours. So Jeff, thank you for that. Appreciate it. And beyond the show floor, though, there's always stuff going on with clients and customers. So not that you're always away from the show, but we came in a little early. So it wouldn't be an NEPC without a little bit of fun built into the weekend and the week. So we started off playing golf on Sunday. Amazing time, very, very hard course, amazing scenery with produce people. So it was great to just spend some time, with people personally while talking some shop on the course. And then moving into the week, we were able to go see the Red Sox versus the Orioles game at Fenway Park. So again, second time for me at Fenway Park, but for others, it was their first time. And it was pretty cool. We found tickets. 6 of us went. Went with new people as well. So I thought that was really fun. People in the industry that I knew and we went out with. And then some people were just new for the first time that we connected with. So there's nothing like baseball in Beantown. Okay. It was just, I would say, the perfect way to connect all of us together, friends and colleagues, and then went out to dinner afterwards. So that was pretty cool right by the stadium. It was amazing. Okay. So we also walked the streets, went to the old iconic Cheers bar, had to check that out, and walked the streets of just history. Boston is so much history. And we went down to the market, and seeing the community was fun. Went to a couple grocery stores, stopped in a Stop and Shop. We stopped in a Market Basket. We stopped in a Big Y. We were able to see a lot of stuff. Even stopped in a Trader Joe's as well. And heck yeah, I mean, it's all about seeing all the grower, packer, shippers product that we see the people every day. We see it behind the scenes, but we get to see it on the floor. So it was amazing. So I would say it was moments, like this, that not just away from the show floor, but build relationships we all value so much in business, understanding what's in our client's retail store, spending time on the golf course with our clients, having great conversation with guests on the podcast. So really building relationships over time and over business. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us for the NEPC 25th annual show. The New England Produce Council celebrates as we covered it live. And I hope you enjoyed all the interviews. When we'll see you in the fields or on the horizon.